Good afternoon, my dear students of class 12th. Now, I am going to start the story B. Wordsworth, chapter number 10, B. Wordsworth by V.S. Naipaul. Here, it is the story of a failed poet. Failed poet B. Wordsworth. B for black, and his friend a boy whom he calls Sonny out of love and affection. Wordsworth, who comes to watch bees in the boy's house, becomes friends, befriends the boy and says that he is a poet like him. Both of them begin to spend a lot of time together. B. Wordsworth was a poet. The boy says that he is a poet like him, like B. Wordsworth, B for black. Both of them begin to spend a lot of time together. Once the poet takes the boy to his house, the poet, B. Wordsworth, takes the boy to his house with a yard full of trees. There were mangoes trees. They eat mangoes there. The poet tells the boy about his own love story, obliquely, and a great poem he is working at. While dying, however, he denies the truth of the both, perhaps in fear that the boy might follow him and suffer. Some may say that he was a tramp. His death comes as a shock to the boy. A year later, when he enters the street where the poet's house was, the house is nowhere to be seen. Through this story, the writer wants to convey that poetry has no value in the contemporary world, in the present world, in the modern world. Poetry is not something that can provide you sustenance, something that provides support or nourishment. It is a bad profession. The writer also conveys the fact that the world of nature is fast depleting in urban areas. And what happens? You listen it, please. The narrator recalls how three beggars used to call every day at hospitable houses in Miguel Street. They would get something or the other from the house also. Some other persons also would appear at his door. Once a strange caller came. He called the boy Sonny and inquired if he could come inside his yard to watch the bees. He was a tidily dressed, neat and clean dressed man who spoke very good English, very fluent English. The boy's mother grudgingly let the man come in. The man told Sonny that he could watch ants for days. He was fond of watching scorpions, centipedes, etc. He said that he was B. Wordsworth, a poet, and added that he was black, B for black, Wordsworth, and white Wordsworth, William Wordsworth. He said himself that he is B. Wordsworth, means black Wordsworth, and white Wordsworth means William Wordsworth, a renowned poet of nature, was his brother. He told that white Wordsworth means William Wordsworth was his brother. He said that like the great poet, he could watch a flower and cry. Then he showed a paper on which was written a poem. He wanted to sell it for 4 cents. The boy's mother rudely dismissed the offer. Before going, Wordsworth told the boy that he was a poet too, like him. When the poet left, the boy prayed that he would see him again. His wish was fulfilled a week later. He met the poet at the corner of his street. The poet invited the boy to come to his house and eat the mangoes grown ripe and juicy in his yard. The boy found his one-room hut very charming. One-room hut, very charming. In its big green yard were a mango and a plum tree. The place looked wild. The boy ate about 6 mangoes and got his shirt stained. When he reached home, he was scolded and beaten by his angry mother, as his shirt was stained. He lost his temper and ran out of the house, swearing that he would never come back. With his nose bleeding and crying, he came to the poet's house, as he was his friend. Wordsworth consoled him and took him for a walk. They came to a race course. On the suggestion of the poet, they lay on the grass and began to watch the stars. The poet told him about the stars. The boy soon forgot his anger and his beating. The poet told him the names of the stars. The boy did not forget the constellation of Orion the hunter and remembered it for life. Then a policeman came and asked them what they were doing. The poet said he had no answer. The boy and the poet became friends. One day the boy asked him why he had kept all the bush in the yard. The poet then told him a story which was actually his own. Once upon a time, he tells the story that was actually his own. Once upon a time, a boy and a girl, both poets, fell in love and married. They met and fell in love and married. The girl got pregnant. Unluckily, she died with the fetus in her womb. Her husband became very sad and did not touch anything in the girl's garden. The garden became bushy and wild. As the poet told the story, he seemed to grow old. One day, the poet trusted in the boy that he was writing the greatest poem in the world. He said he had been working on it for more than 5 years and added that he hoped to finish it in about 22 years from then. 22 years from then. he wrote just one line a month. He said his poem would sing to all humanity. One day, the boy asked the poet what he did for living. He said he sang calypsos, means Caribbean songs on contemporary issues, for some time a year. One day, when the boy came to see him in his house, his condition was so bad that he began to cry. The poet just remarked that the poem was not going well. He was not looking at the boy. The boy could clearly see death on his face. The poet looked at the boy and asked him to come near. When the boy sat on his knees, he said, "Oh, you can see it too. I always knew you had the poet's eye." The boy burst out crying loudly. The poet pulled him to his thin chest. Then he made a shocking confession. He told the boy that the story he had told him about the boy poet and the girl poet was not true. He added that even his talk about poetry and the greatest poem in the world was untrue. He asked the boy never to return to his place. Never to return to his place. He fell into silence and lay dead. The boy ran home crying like a poet. A year later, the boy walked along Alberto Street where the poet lived. There was no sign of the poet's house. A two-story building had replaced it. The trees had been cut down. There was brick and concrete everywhere, as if B. Wordsworth never existed there. And that was the outline, you may say introduction of the story. You will study this story from the textbook on the next term. Thank you so much.